Okay, class, based on the story I gave to you about Dead Star by Paz Marquez Benitez, I have here a set of questions. But you're going to answer it with a twist. So I have here a ball. You are going to pass it to your seatmates. And at the moment the music stops, you are going to answer the question. Okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have here Ria Shin. What is the story all about?
It was all about a story of forbidden love where a man named Alfredo, who is about to marry Esperanza, falls in love with another woman named Julia.
Okay, very good. Let's give Aling Janisha clap to Ria Shin. 1, 2, 3.
Very good, very good, very good.
Okay. Pass it again. Oops. Okay. Who are the characters of the story? And who is the main character?
The characters of the story are Alfredo, Esperanza, Julia, Don Julian, Judge Del Val, Carmen, Calixta, and Vicente. And
Who is the main character of the story?
the main character of the story is Alfredo.
Okay, very good. Let's give 5 claps to July. Okay, pass it again. Okay, we have here May Camille Marzon. Please stand up. Where and when did the story happen?
The story happened at Don Julian's house in Tanda, Calle Real, and Santa Cruz.
Okay, let's give 3 claps to May Camille Marzon. Okay, pass the ball again. Okay, we have again Via Shin. Why did the love of Alfredo to Esperanza fade?
The love of Alfredo to Esperanza fades because he falls in love with another woman named Julia Salas.
Okay, let's give 5 claps to Reshin. Okay, let's start again. Okay, May Camille. How did Alfredo react when Julia knows all his lies about his marriage?
It breaks the heart of Alfredo and made him more confused than ever, but he invited Julia Salas to come on their wedding day.
Okay, 3 claps to May Camille. Pass it again. Okay. May Camille again. After 8 years, what did Alfredo realize when he saw Julia again?
After 8 years, Alfredo realized that the feelings he had for Julia are gone. He is content with his life, and the perceived love he had felt for Julia all these years was like the light of the dead stars, long extinguished, yet seemingly still in their appointed places in the heavens.
Okay, very good. 5 claps to May Camille. Okay, you already know the story. You got the gist of it. But now, I have here sentence strips. And what you're going to do is to plot it in our plot diagram. Okay, I have here a set of sentence strips, and what you're going to do is to plot it on our plot diagram. Okay, first, what happened first in the story? Princess July. Okay, kindly read it in the class.
The exposition of the story is At Don Julian's house, Carmen was asking Don Julian about Alfredo and Esperanza. Alfredo reminiscence how he met Julia Salas.
Okay, is July correct?
Yes.
Okay, 5 claps for July. Next. Okay, since you already plot the events on our plot diagram, kindly read again the events of the story from the exposition down to the denouement. Okay, kindly read.
At Don Julian's house, Carmen was asking Don Julian about Alfredo and Esperanza. Alfredo reminiscence how he met Julia Salas. He had gone neighboring with Don Julian to Judge Del Valle's house. He met Julia Salas. All the time he was calling her Mrs. Del Valle, which led him to embarrassment. Coming to the judge's house became often.
Okay, very good. So, based on our activity, which sentence strips tells about the name of the persons involved in the story? So, what sentence strips? July.
Sentence strips number 1.
Sentence strips number 1. Correct. Give 5 claps to July. So, who are the persons involved in the story? Based on the sentence strip 1.
Don Julian, Carmen, Alfredo,
And Julia
Esperanza.
Salas.
Okay, very good. Next, in which sentence strips did time and place are presented? Riashien.
Sentence strips 1.
Okay, sentence strip 1. So, what is the place in here in the sentence strip?
Don Julian's house.
Okay, very good. Next, based on the plot diagram, what happened first?
The exposition.
The exposition. Yes. What happened in the exposition part?
At
Okay, make a meal.
At Don Julian's house, Carmen was asking Don Julian about Alfredo and Esperanza. Alfredo reminisces how he met Julia Salas.
Okay, very good. Give 5 claps to make a meal. Next, what is the second event in the story? July.
The second event in the story is the rising action. And
What is the event happened in the rising action part?
he had gone neighboring with Don Julian to Judge Del Valle's house. He met Julia Salas.
Okay, very good. Now you know the events of the story, the flow of it, the sequence of events. Now, what is the underlying message of the story, of the short story Dead Star? What is the underlying message or the central idea of the story? Yes, make a meal.
The short story Dead Stars by Paz Marquez Benitez is conveying the theme that pertains to forbidden love.
Okay, for forbidden love. Okay, give 5 claps to make a meal. What do you call the persons involved in the story? What do you call the persons involved in the story? Yes, we are shared.
Characters?
Can you please stand? It's
Characters.
very good. It's characters. So characters is a person or sometimes an animal who takes part in the action of a short story or other literary work. So character is a person or sometimes an animal based on the story. Okay, based from our short story that we have read, who are the characters of the story?
Alfredo,
Don Julian,
Esperanza,
Julia Salas.
Very good. Okay, next. What element tells about the time and place in which the story happened? May Camille.
setting,
Okay, setting. So what is presented in the setting?
The time
Time
and
and
place.
The time and place. Okay, very good. Setting is the time and place that a story occurs. Next. What do you call the problems that a character encounters? Yes, July.
Conflict.
Conflict. Okay, these are the problems that a character encounters in the story. So we have here two categories of conflict. What are they? Two categories. Yes, May Camille.
internal and external.
Okay, internal and external. The two categories of conflict are
The external and
Internal conflict.
okay, what is an external conflict?
Conflict with others and with nature.
Okay, the internal conflict.
Conflict within themselves.
Okay, based on the story, what kind of conflict does Alfredo encounter? Is it external or internal?
Internal.
Internal. Why do you say so? That it's internal? Because
Alfredo is already committed to his wife Esperanza, but somehow he fell in love to Julia.
okay, that's correct. Alfredo encounters internal conflict because he has a conflict within himself. Why? Because from our climax here, he is
He is obliged to choose between two situations, whether to choose what he wants or to choose what he has to do.
okay because when he chooses what he wants to, he will probably choose
Julia.
Julia. And when he chooses what he has to, so what he has to, kung unsa jud ang dapat kinahanglan nga kuan. So he was torn between what he wants to do or what he has
To do.
So, okay. Now, what do you call about the series of events that develop from the interactions between characters?
The plot.
It is the plot. Okay, very good. Plot is a pattern of events that develop from the interactions between characters. So what we did before is that we plot the events on the plot diagram. So we have here the first event, the second event, the third, fourth, and the last event. Next, what do you call the underlying message or central idea of the short story?
Theme.
It is theme. Theme is
The underlying message.
the underlying message. Yes, it is the central idea or message or purpose in a short story. Now, based on our short story, what is again the theme of the short story?
Forbidden love.
Yes, it is forbidden love. Now, what do you call this character, setting, conflict, plot, and theme?
Elements of a short story.
Okay, these are the elements of the short story. Okay, now, what is the importance of elements in a short story? May Camille.
The elements are important in a short story because it is what makes up the story.
Okay, this is an ingredient, a perfect ingredient of a better or beautiful short story. So now what are the elements again of a short story?
The character, setting, conflict, plot, and theme.
Okay, from the plot, what are the elements of the plot?
The exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and denouement.
Okay, very good. Let's give a round of applause to ourselves.